Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. I'm Luce, playing as Coda Blue tonight in Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. As I'm a good bit behind, I forgot to do the event here for All Saints Wake, which is the in-universe version of Halloween. I believe the history is that the 12 would celebrate the saints by having a feast in the sky, but in doing so, the world below is completely unaffected by their grace. And so people hide in their homes, only going out dressed as ghouls and hopefully not being noticed. And the quest actually starts here instead of the usual amphitheater spot. The fright stuff. Oh my stars, could it be this wholesome adventure who helped us keep the wickedness at bay and transformed All Saints Wake from a night of screams into a day of revelry? Thank the 12 for bringing it to us. For the fiends of the realm knock at our door once again. We need a dauntless soul to ensure they don't tear off its hinges. The host of this year's Parade of Horrors, a woman with a pumpkin for a head. I shudder to consider whether some elaborate costume or... No. Perhaps it's best not to know. Her strange appearance makes my skin crawl, and nothing of her underlings. Why, one might think Continental Circus this was come again, hiding the monstrous intentions on the guy's celebration. We can only be grateful that none have fallen under a spell, but I fear it's only a matter of time. We must act quickly to unearth the schemes. I would begin a thorough investigation at once, but I'm afraid my surveillance duties here prevent me from moving freely. That is, my friend, why I need you. Approach the pumpkin-headed witch under the flag of friendship and offer your services to ghastly celebration. If you catch a whiff of foul deeds, I urge you to put a stop before any instance come to harm. Oh, don't worry. As a Reaper main, I'm pretty sure I'm a lot more scary than anyone here. With the catch being that I'll either do good damage or horrifyingly low. Who knows? I knew I could count on you. Now then, you can find our quarry across the way at the amphitheater, where she's doubtless attempting to draw any passerby into her godly procession. Humor her for now, but take care not to fall victim to her honeyed words. Well, I gotta be careful. My gear is good physical defense, but less magical defense. I'm not a mage this time around. Pumpkin-headed apparition. Oh, right. It's you. I knew your arrival was inevitable. For any who have once indulged the revelry of All Saints' Wake cannot risk the chance to relive their experience. Of course, had a lot of fun last year. Might as well help again this year. Oh, such eagerness! We are ever in need of willing hands to help with the festivities, preferably with the bodies still attached. Of course, I understand you've been tasked with bringing to light any iniquity on my part, but you know from experience I am perfectly harmless, so you're free to conduct your little investigation, if it so pleases you. Okay, good. This saves me time having to explain everything, so we're all on the same page. Together, I can believe we can make the All Saints Wake into one that'll be remembered for many moons to come. Yet before we begin, allow me to illuminate the history behind the events in our intestines here. On this most unhallowed of nights, the saints revel in the palatial heavens, and as their judgmental eyes become leaden from drink, the impure are free to feast and frolic without fear of punishment. In ages past, the common folk would rue the coming of this night and cower in their homes until the adventurers took upon themselves to rid the streets of evil, thus turning an event into more of a celebration of collective bravery. A joyous happening, to be sure, but what of the goblin, ghost, and gremlin? Unfortunately, there are many monstrous sorts who yet consider the night to spread fear like a plague. And so it struck me, what if All Saints' Wake could be an occasion for celebration among mortal and monster alike? I believe there's room for light even in the darkest of hearts. Sounds like a plan to me. After all, I'm the most edgelord of jobs, even beyond that of Dark Knight. I'm sure I could appreciate that. Which brings me to the question of your involvement. I would have you aid a minion of mine named Papa Gruff in facilitating the All Saints' Wake to allow you and mine to join hands in our mutual merriment. Perhaps you know him. He was once a void sent so depraved that his kin spoke of only hushed whispers. But I have since shackled, or rather politely reasoned with him to commit devilry no more. Knowing of his formidable magical prowess, I have sent him to work under these guiding words, fright enough to tickle, not to scar. Fear need not be an unpleasant experience, and he's doing his utmost to strike a delicate balance between felicity and fright. Not with much success, as I understand. I would love to proffer him advice myself, but I believe once as you who would know better the appeals of morals of the city, might you give our beleaguered Papa Gruff a few words of advice? Yeah, sounds like a plan to me. Thank you, truly. He should be putting on a performance near the Leatherworkers Guild at present, assuming he's yet to be chased from Catania's borders. Please speak to him and give him my encouragement. Papa Craft decided the best place to dazzle people would be the Leatherworkers Guild. I understand he's having trouble keeping his audience engaged, so markedly counter to stipulations of our agreement. Needless to say, he requires our help. Mm, 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 mm. A shame my sickness has ended up forcing me to push all my Halloween stuff all the way into November, but well, I guess it's not like the Christmas holidays don't go outside when they're supposed to way more than they really should be. So it makes sense. It should be fine if Halloween does as well. The Undaunted Lancer. Is he quite well? Yeah, Papa Gruff was in some of the previous Halloween events. I presume I don't have to explain it, but for clarity, yes, he is the monster clown. You're that meddlesome adventurer. Rather, I see tidings of my humble performance have reached even your ears. Good sir, please honor me with the presence of guest of honor. Without further ado, I shall summon a foul-filled beast before your very eyes. Oh nope, you brought your change of small clues. Monster, it'll take more than a magician's cantrip to scare me. Mm. Look here, my dear thrill seekers. Here lies an ordinary pumpkin, or is it? Take care not to blink, for the more distraction may well be your last. Mm. Puppy! Pumpkin pup. Grrr. I see no reason to complain about this. Maybe I should give the monster clown a different voice. Oh, the terror. Oh, those bloodthirsty eyes. Those razor-sharp fangs. Flee if you dare. But this hellhound shall reach to the ends of the earth, have its ounce of flesh. And I would know, considering the scars of wrath upon my backside. Imagine each and every pumpkin adoring this fair city transformed. Why, the dread would pray good tiny last inch if I made as though a veritable banquet of chaos. Well, clowns are supposed to be funny. Bloody brilliant! You drew us all the talk of monsters, dash expedition adorable pup. I had missed some confusion. Now I see a clown among clowns. Hey, he's doing his job as the clown, just not the monster clown he's supposed to be going for. Not a single blood-curdling scream. But a smile is not a complete failure, I suppose. Ah, my pumpkin-headed master asked you to help me. Allow me to peel back the curtain, as they say. Considering our previous acquaintance, this hardly bears repeating, but my true form is indeed that of a void scent. Not even a grimace. I suppose it would be inconvenient if you ran away screaming after even a sideways glance in my direction. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit hard for a void scent to bother me after, the events of the recent story. Now, for the matter of this furry abomination. Mm, mm. Frightened enough to tickle but not to scars. The agreement that binds me to my master. I don't need to be told twice that summoning any of my kind would be in gross violation of that covenant. So remembering this deceptively winsome countenance of this vicious hellhound, I thought it would be perfect to balance to the horrifying and heartwarming that has until a child earlier burst into tears at Pup's appearance. Might have had a bad experience with dogs in the past. Now I see a man react a hearty laugh at this exact same dog with nary a trace of fear. The difference is vexing. Tell me, is a puppy something feared or cuddled? Feared by children, cuddled by adults, and those opposites. Well, the thing is, what frightens one may cause another to smile. Hmm. Surely you jest. Your kind's definition of terror differs from person to person. I admit that does explain the sheer contrast reactions I've observed so far. However, it does place me between a rock and a hellish, soul-rending place. If my task was a matter of bringing people frightful to tears, the ground beneath you would be soaked enough. How in hell is a good name does one frightened enough to tickle? Ah, but your delicate sensibilities can teach me to mix dread and delight in a charmfully chilling concoction. Let's begin at once! Well, I suppose I probably strike fear into the hearts of my enemies in some fashion. Mm, The pumpkin pup. Grr. Let's get right to it then, shall we? First, we need to find people to scare and not scar. Your kind seems to gravitate towards pumpkins we've placed at the city, which creates perfect opportunity for mild mischief. One of our displays should be just over this hill, and another's near the Lancers Guild. Your job is to tell me what to transform the pumpkins into once we find suitable suspects. We'll see how well you tickle. We're now escorting our demonkin buddy. Well, this is not the weirdest person I've had following me this storyline, I can tell you that much. Oh, here we are. Maybe I should give him more of a Yami Merrick voice. I can kind of do it. Speak with him. You may have heard terrifying stories of my past, but I regret to say the magics I wield don't quite live up to my reputation. I only have a talent for minor transmogrification magic, really. My master, on the other hand, ooh, I shudder to think what mayhem she would be capable of if she so wished it. Clearly, I should take advantage of this and control the cameraman to make the camera behave better. Nah, I'm messing with it myself, actually. Trying to get a good angle. I'm not very good at voice acting stuff, but I think I can do kind of... Well, I guess my Yami Merrick voice is more of the abridged Yami Merrick than anything. And all Saints Wake performs very well, but I've faced slavering monsters almost daily. It'd be quite fantastic to make me flinch. Oh, I can flinch so hard, his heart would burst from his chest. That's neither here nor there. What type of ghoul do you think would be suitable? Hmm. Well, if he fights monsters regularly, let's go with something small and uncanny, the opposite. The seasoned veteran has seen all the horrors of the Twelves Wood. Perhaps something more stimulating is in order. Oh. So he said I need to go with something a bit tougher. Alright. Well, if you say so, allow me to oblige. It'll make Seto Kaiba shaking his boots. Oh, he gads! That gave me quite the fright. I hope I never face such a monstrosity in one of my patrols. Also, my final act might be to swallow my breeches. Well played, well played. Yeah, that's a Wraith enemy. Those are usually don't show up until the later half of the expansions. Alright, yeah, I guess we'll go with the Merrick voice here then. Almost took it for real. I believe I might see this terrifying visage in my nightmares for some time yet. It may be terrifying. Yeah, the pumpkin-headed leader was mostly in the background for a while. Even Papa Gruff took the reins for 1 year. But it's only recently that she started taking a more active role in the Halloween event. Might be good to just speed this up a bit. Just gotta be careful. As a melee job, I probably don't have the will saves I have in magic jobs needed for this. Especially since the Dragoon and Reaper armor has higher physical defense but lower magic defense compared to other melee jobs. Or at least that's what I recall. A cowering boy, huh? These decorations so scary. You're not here to trick me, are you? This one is ripe for the picking. Ahem! Forget I said anything. So what kind of ghoul do you suggest? Something spoopy. I got it spooky. Hell, Honda ain't my homework level. You do that to every child? Who's the real monster here? He was already scared, so we could probably hold back a little. Haha, if you really think so. Mm, huh? Yeah, that's definitely more spoopy than spooky, but it's just what the doctor ordered here. You know, when you look at it, it's actually kind of cute. The puff of smoke is a little scary, though. I think I'm beginning to understand. If a fright doesn't kill your kind, it can be somewhat pleasant. I believe I'm ready to take a proverbial stab at it. Come, come, there should be more pumpkins around up Kulu Falls. Yeah, that's where you get your achievement rewards. I've got a handful over the years myself, but... Oh, right. Yeah, Master of the Rolls of the achievement. Of uncowed girl. Horin. Oh, what do you gotta say? Lost your way, have you? This will take you to the Amphitheater and Leatherworkers Guild. Oh, yeah. There's NPCs all around so that you... It's hard to get lost thanks to your easy access map, but they do make sure NPCs are in regular places that can tell you where to go. Plus signposts, which makes sense. That's probably how most go around. Speaking of which, after looking up the story recently, apparently they did change some things about the 13th to accommodate the new story. I guess it makes sense. The 13th was only barely acknowledged to any degree here for a while, so it makes sense they'd retcon things here and there. Admittedly, I didn't have it all memorized, so I didn't notice, but there were some who did. Sorry, I don't have all that memorized quite yet. Don't tell me you're supposed to chill down my spine. Clowns are for babies. For babies, then, are they? Haha, I'll make this laugh. Swish she was back in her mother's womb. Well, okay, then. You little girl, look upon this pumpkin. I'm a monster. Ooh, that's a comparatively low level one still. So I guess that's supposed to count middle of the road. Ah, what impressive magic. My heart won't stop pounding. Don, Mama, the fright of their life when I tell them I saw a real honest God's monster. I can't wait to tell them. I'll think twice for insult a clown again, thanks to the thrills. Huh, did she actually say thank you? I scared her out of her shoes and she thanks me. Huh, can't say I've ever experienced that before. I dare say I've enjoyed it, yes. Now it's time to capitalize on this new owned tickling skill of mine. Let us visit the display of the Whistling Miller next. I'll bring the winged dragon of Ra. Oh yeah. Once again, I need to clean out inventory. Except for the bat thing. The bat thing is a wall decoration you can buy from the event for just regular money. It's only like 2,000, so even a new player could probably afford it pretty easily if they so wished. Startled botanist. Oh yeah, Whistling Miller. Yeah, they sell flour and cornmeal. Yeah, after 7 days dive, I had more than enough cornmeal. Well, thank you very much. This person looks like they're already halfway there, so...
Ah, good day to you, young lady. Might you join me in celebrating the joyous occasion that is All Saints' Wake?
I like that the goofy expression. Let's celebrate. That's the last thing on my mind. Please go and bother someone else with that ghoulish makeup.
Oh my, aren't you a fright? Not the good kind either. What happened? Papa Gruff is here to help.
You really could help. Well, I could do no worse than a clown, I suppose. So I could certainly do worse than a clown. I've come from Great Loam Growlery, although fled from is probably more appropriate. I was still in the fields when I heard a frightful voice from behind me. I turned around and came face to face with the foulest monster. When I regained my senses, I was here. My throat hoarse from screaming. No power in the realm could persuade me to turn, not while that horror wanders unchecked. If it needs an actual combat, I've got my scythe.
A monster, but we haven't visited the grower yet. Could it have been, you think? Ah,
Hmm. Hmm. It's entirely possible we could have a real monster on our hands here. A real demon in the hands here.
you may very well be right. These illusioned I summoned are no more capable of free movement than the pumpkins they sprang from.
Okay, so they can't walk around or anything like that. That makes sense.
Yes, no doubt these are void sent rang amok.
Mhm.
Here I am, tying myself in a knot still in the subtleties of spookery, and some uncouth brute comes rampaging the Twelves Wood with nary a thought towards artistry. If we forgive such behavior, our efforts to find glee and terror will have been for naught. Tremble and fear no longer, lass, for we shall investigate the matter.
Truly, you're the first people to believe my claims more than seasonal mischief. Oh, I knew father was wrong when he said clowns were villains. Thank you.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but
Again, those words ring strangely. However, it is not entirely unpleasant sensation, I suppose.
I know this wasn't why you were sent to assist me, but there's no telling how many of my kind we find. A single void or clown can only achieve so much. Would you lend me your aid in case the situation gets, undesirably bloody?
Don't worry, if anything.
Thank you.
I am very experienced with.
Look at me, expressing gratitude, and one of your kind, no less. Well, no matter, let's depart to the Great Rome Growery and settle this.
Yeah, there's more or less been a. Yeah, I can probably guess from what I mentioned earlier, but there's been kind of an extended storyline with a lot of these seasonal events that's slowing add up over time. It's pretty good, but the fact you only get one section per year, and don't get me wrong, the game's well over a decade old now, so yeah, the game's a decade old now, so there's definitely been a decent amount of installments to the story, to the point where each of them has started coming up to something bigger. But nonetheless, it's pretty slow going. That's why a lot of people say these seasonal events for this game are a bit disappointingly mid compared to the actual main story. I mean, it's not bad at all, it's just that they're kind of one and done and there's no real grinding. Although, granted, some would have very much appreciate the lack of needing to grind like that.
I see nothing out of the ordinary here, but I know they are close.
I'll slice them with my light. If they're proved to be sufficiently dangerous for it, of course. I don't have to slice up everything in my path, you know?
Our roguish quarry is close, doubtless lying in wait somewhere to catch us unawares. Once they show themselves, don't indulge them with anything but stony indifference.
Don't worry, I'm a player character. I'm very limited in my emotional responses. And yes, the story itself does poke fun at that a couple times. Not too many, just, you know... Boo!
Come on. As I thought, a fellow void sent. What, pray tell, have you been doing here?
A brother of the void, then let me know why you're... the night of devilry. Once we are free to carouse, no, I was gonna give him a surfer accent, but maybe not.
Once we are free to carouse, creep, and caper, guided by the great pumpkin-headed archfiend. For too long we've been denied our demonic rights, and as I shall reinstate the grandest event. Yes, the age of the Great Gorge shall give way to the age of the Great Pot. Even now, many allies lie in wait throughout the city, ready to usher in the night of devilry. You must join us, brother. Join us, we shall rise again.
Interesting. He's not interested.
You know what? No. Wait, why? Even if I wanted to, my covenant prevents me from engaging in the wanton vileness you propose. Regardless, I've no desire to join you for some cheap jaunt through the city with only a few startled mortals to show for it. Such indelicate devilry will only result in swift and total annihilation. Ha! Speaking like a true coward, don't tell me you're frightened of some sharpened sticks and clumsy clubs. Oh, but I am frightened, as you too will be had you taste the full brunt of my master's fury. Perhaps you may yet, if you continue to insist upon this foolish course. I've learned how to blend in with the people here and extract terror in such a way that it does not tempt retaliation.
I can confirm this, yes.
Your plan of bringing naught but a single night debauchery. Learn how to cohabit, however, and our collective revelry can last forevermore. Traitor, my minions devour you and that measly Meckelbob of a friend.
You do realize you stand no chance against me, right?
That the great gourd. Naughty children ill desire to join in such festivities. They should be happy as decorations, serve as an example of those who would follow in their footsteps. My lady, how pleasant to see you. Dare I ask why you grace us with your presence? I, I caught wind of such a void scent disturbance and came to investigate. When I heard your voices, I knew something was afoot. I must say, I'm quite pleased you all see the merit in my approach to All Saints' Wake. Yet something must be done about the other beasts who have crept in the city. Let's give them the same treatment and continue enjoying this unhallowed season on our own terms.
Sounds good to me. That's a sad expression, but it's probably better than meeting its end at the tip of my scythe. I mean, let's get real here. I'm level 90 and completed the entire storyline. Well, I suppose it's supposed to be nebulous as to exactly when each and every one of these events takes place. Well, aside from, you know, the season. I'd mean in terms of where, in terms of the general story it takes place, because a lot of time does pass between various story chapters and such. Some even, a lot of even the, between patch storyline stuff often says, alright, we're gonna take a break here and continue on. Although I don't think this is like Fate Grand Order, where it supposedly takes place in real time. It's hard to say.
That wretch reminded me of myself long ago. But for a twist of fate, I might even now be adorning the streets of Gridania by its side. With your help, rounding up the reckless kin should prove a simple matter. Let us make this All Saints' Wake an occasion to remember for those who dwell in the night and shadow alike. If you sight any errant ghouls, perform the spell I demonstrated. In doing, we shall convince the residents of Gridania that the source of supposed nightmares is naught but a cluster of mundane pumpkins. This wand possesses the transformative magic you require. Simply swing it in a grandiose manner and point a target. Once the charm has been cast, I shall collect. I understand they're quite delicious when baked into a pie.
Well, I do like the way she thinks. All Saints Charm. Let's see here. Emotes, special. I think it's in here somewhere. Here we are, All Saints Charm. Oh, I have to do the whole thing. Well, I guess they don't want to, let's see. If Charm doesn't exist, either I don't have it, or they just don't want to use it up. Oh, Papa Gruff has the next stage of it. A charmed life. He's eager to rid Gridania of his wicked brethren.
Just when I was getting the hang of being the life of the party instead of the death of it. Let's wrap this up quickly then, lest here's All Saints' Wake be remembered as a disaster. I sense something lurking deeper in these fields. As well as a trail heading to east, perhaps the market or Lancer's Guild. Splitting up will be the easiest way to end this quickly. I'll escort the botanist from earlier back here and deal with whatever haunts the Gowrie. I shall use whatever opportunity to convince her that what she witnessed was nothing but an overzealous pumpkin. That should put her heart at ease. I will leave the rest of Gridania to you. Once the voids have been verily vegetated, meet me at the amphitheater. We may deliver my new master the news. Let us begin.
Hmm. Yeah, the pumpkin-headed witch certainly has quite a bit of magic power at disposal. Granted, none of the mage jobs you go into do have transformation or transmogrification style spells, so this is definitely a new form of magic we've learned. When I used to teleport with this, I still remember how it was all just a list here, and even then, it wasn't listed as the, like Lancer's Guild. It said Wailing Barracks, things, Great Loam Grower instead of Botanist Guild, I think. So yeah, they renamed them to be a bit more intuitive, as well as allowing the map so you get a quicker glance at what exactly is going on. Capering Void Scent, Unnerved Wood Wailer. Monsters have invaded the city. Perhaps I should reclass to a magic job for this. Pumpkin. Oh, this is all part of the All Saints Wake festivities, isn't it? Yes. If anyone as far as you know, yes. No further questions will be answered. I must say, it made my heart skip a beat. If this is what adorns the streets, I cannot see what the wait to see what the main stage has in store. Mm. Mm. Yeah, perhaps I should switch to mage here. Oh yeah, I still have the glorious Manderville sword here, although I kind of still like the Pyros tuck. I guess we'll have to see what the final stage of the Manderville relic looks at before I decide my the skin to stick with. That said, it is a little disappointing, as I found out that no matter what you dye, the sword, the red glow almost completely overpowers it. You can barely see it. Yeah, you can kind of see it in the moon for the focus part there, but yeah, by and large, the white and red overpowers it, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, not much paints it. Perturbed Citizen. What is that awful thing? There we go. It makes a little more sense to use this as a magic class. What? It's just a pumpkin. I knew the Wood Whalers wouldn't let such the wicked thing in the city. I've never seen such a feat of illusion before. If the rest of the All Saints Wake is as entertaining, I'd best go and find the main event. Now, I did learn that one of the new deep dungeons, the glowy part is actually what gets painted instead of the actual weapon below it, which is kind of neat. I might have to do that one. I do know there's a handful of content creators that actually do the deep dungeon, since those are, well, roguelike modes, so it's pretty easy to... I imagine that's good content there. If I don't look, maybe it'll go away. There we are. There we are. What? It was a pumpkin the whole time. I can't believe I fell for that. But now that I know it's just a trick, I'd like to see it again. That's right. As far as you know, it is just a simple trick. You've turned all the prowling voids into harmless pumpkins. Papa Gruff awaits your tidings of a success. And of course, I gotta do it this way because the Twinkle Toes running animation for Red Mage is still... I love it. Keep losing my train of thought, I guess. I also do quite like the outfits I put together. Red Mage is one of the more frequent ones. This is my samurai outfit, usually used for PvP. My old Bard glam. Current Bard Dancer and Machinist glam. Old Tank glam, current Tank glam. I like the stuff I've made so far.
You return. That means Gridania is... Whoops. Free of Mistress Void Scent. Let's see here what Papa Gruff has to say. Ha 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 ha. There you are. I took care of the Void Scent still haunting the Great Room Growlery. Did your hunt go as smoothly?
I took care of the 3 that were hiding out there.
Good, good. Now we can safely say the only frights in store are of decidedly the entertaining variety. I took the liberty of gathering the pumpkins you created. Their punishment will not be eternal, but they can stand to remain in their current form for the duration of their festivities. It is the least they can do in repentance.
Okay, but I was still promised that pumpkin pie made from people. There you are, my fearless clown. Thank you for reassuring me. I'd worried I might have to retire from my position and seek less haunted climates. As the master of the Botanist Guild, allow me to extend my personal thanks for helping my gifted pupil achieve such a decision. It would have been a grievous loss for us all.
Oh, it was no trouble at all. In fact, I should thank you for being such an exemplary audience. A true entertainer brings his all to every stage, be it a grand amphitheater or a cozy vegetable patch. I hope you were half as thrilled as I was.
That's scary. Whatever it was looked so real, I never could have guessed it was a garden-varied pumpkin. I truly feel privileged to have seen such a master of illusion as craft. As do I. Would the day that every day were filled with surprises. As a token of our thanks, we've made some pumpkin cookies from our recent crop. Please enjoy them in good health.
I do believe I could get used to this being thanked thing. And since you've gone through the trouble, I'd best eat them before they've cooled.
Oh yeah, fresh from the oven cookies are the absolute best. I've even tossed a few in myself just because, well, they're not hard to make, luckily.
To my good health. This is delicious.
Guess I'm still recovering a bit.
This flavor, I've never tasted anything like it. The cookie's ether is tinged with something I can't pin down. It's bold, and yet not overpowering. This is a taste of gratitude. Oh, how my life I've wasted only sup on terror, and all along the whole world of flavors left neglected.
I'm not entirely sure what you mean, but I shall consider words a compliment nonetheless. These cookies are but a small token of my appreciation. I only wish I could get more.
Even I could potentially more. If frightening or performing my act will get more baked delights, I should better get work straight away. This is shaped to be quite the All Saints Wake indeed. I could not imagine a better day of celebration for all. Our success here is in no small part thanks to you. I believe that Papa Gruff now has matters well in hand. I shall return to my manor. Pray visit if you're so inclined. Oh, before I forget, do apprise that troublesome investigator of what transpired here. Maybe he'll finally cast his prying eyes elsewhere. Oh yeah.
Most quests do send you back to where you started. Fitting, I suppose. Granted, they don't all do that, but a number of them do. Well, I guess in this case it does make sense given, oh, startled. You enjoyed those cookies, huh? I should make another batch as soon as I can. Truth be told, I didn't think this plan for harmonious all saints make would even work, but I'm glad to have been proven wrong in the end. I'm dreadfully sorry, but speak with the master before I can escort you. Preparations for the marvelous masquerade are underway, but do come back soon. I think I have to complete the whole story first. Oh, what a fantastic yawn. Monsters plotting against monsters, all to make us happy. I admit I find your story a bit, hard to swallow, but I also see why a fellow guild... I'd see no reason why a fellow member would lie. Very well, I'll take your tale at face value and consider these glad tidings indeed. However, I cannot help but wonder if this is an elaborate ruse. They knew we were watching them, and they may have been compelled to put on a show of charity. After all, a monster cannot change skin overnight. I shall continue to keep a close eye on their activities. I thank you for everything you've done. Hope against hope that evil has indeed been laid to rest. Do 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 do. Mm. Delightfully frightful. Yeah, each seasonal achievement is available. For the record, seasonal events in this game do not rerun. You can get any items you missed and emotes and all that you missed from them from the cash shop later if you want. You just get them for free if you were present, which I think is about the fairest way you can handle it, since, you know, Square Enix straight up won't allow them to not have a cash shop. I'd say this is probably the best way to be using it. I won't say I'm very particularly happy about it, but that's just how it goes. But yeah, as you can see, I've been here a while. More inventory spots. Oh yeah. The Yokai Watch event is coming back, and that's pretty exciting. Should you wish to visit my master's residence, it'd be my pleasure to escort you. Sounds good to me. I'll grab a sip of my drink for the moment. Alrighty. This is from last year's Halloween event, if I remember right. We're now accepting guests from Marvel's Masquerade. Shall I escort you to the front door? Care to eat? Have a seat. Upsetting me? Never. I'm but a fun-loving imp here to help my fellow revelers enjoy. I can fashion you a very convincing disguise as well. All I need is a recurrent journey, traverse memories and what you see. Good, good. Now let's start marking over. That's someone powerful. Yes, that's it. Rome Forum. Garlean man determined broke. And it travels the world. Reclaim the night sky. Oh, I get. I can turn to NPCs from the various expansions here. Cruel, who serves Legatus. I hate. Pirate crew, acting captain. Close your eyes. I know you're on, Jay. Savory, up to me something. Very convincing guys. Of words, very well. What would you know? This place. Is your memory fleeting as a lifespan, child? As a boy, this is my home. You're welcome to come and go as you please. Oh, exactly.
You need to ask. My head is not merely for show. I'm the archfiend feared and revered since time immemorial. The great Gord, who once led Legion of Darkness, is in fact merely a title held by those my cover. In each generation, the knowledge of control is passed down alongside.
What do you do exactly?
I watch. My ancestors once bound the Void Sent to their will as a means to wage war and cause irreparable harm to the world in doing. Remorseful for their actions, they swore never to be complicit in such tragedy again. We've watched ever since. Our goal is not to harm minions of ours, but educate them, show them peace is indeed an option. But I've spoken enough. I had not realized entertaining guests could be quite so thrilling. I sent you to a formative pact with a creature of the void. Be very careful, child. Let your guard down for even a single moment, and the servant shall become the master.
Oh yeah, she's noticed that I'm a reaper. I'm sure our contract is perfectly safe and in no way can end very badly. Sadly, my theory about the Avatar being an extension of ourselves to some degree was indeed disproven by a number of revelations about the story. Oh well. Speculation can still be fun, even if it doesn't end up working out. Beyond here lies a place of rest. I believe last year the quest had you do a handful of things in this particular area. And since it proved popular, I guess they figured they would allow people to come back again this year. One year there was actually a hide and seek game of sorts in the Hokkaido Manor, or however you pronounce it. Yeah, this is exactly the place. Yeah, this is a much further ago when they had this, but yeah, basically it was a game of hide and seek in this very manor dungeon, which I thought was pretty neat. You would even go in full instance parties of 4, try and figure out how you wanted to go about this. Uh, it wasn't very hard if I remember right, but these are level 15 stuff, so. Oh, I can just walk through it. It has no collision. Whoops. Here I was treating it like an actual wall. I can explore the whole place if I want, but it may be within my best interest to move on after a bit. But I don't mind looking around a bit. After all, although like I said, seasonal events in this game do not rerun, so. I did look into a number of the changes made to each of these lower level dungeons, because it was pretty easy to accidentally get lost, since like this manor you could go any direction at the start, but there was pretty clearly an easier route to go through it, so most just went through that. But the game itself wasn't very good at posting those, so it was meant to be a bit more open-ended. Realm Reborn was definitely them trying a lot of experimental things to see what stuck to a wall, with Heaven's Ward being the first time they decided, okay, we're going to make this thing, and they've mostly stuck to it. They've started experimenting again a bit more recently. Oh, I see someone else is having fun in here. Actually, I don't need to return to Old Charlian, because if I'm going to go to the next area, I believe it is the Gold Saucer we need to go to. Yeah, they got a lot of neat seasonal events here and there. Like the summer one had a jumping puzzle, for example. just crowning around. I'm assuming this is the one I'm looking at. I am looking for. For once, she appears to be entertained. Excellent, the next show should be convincing any moment now. Eavesdropping, are we? How quaint. If you must know, I'll soon be making for Blunderville, where I might spectate a few rounds of organized chaos. You have heard of it, yes? No? I feel like I've heard of it once, but then it kind of fell off for a while. Shouldn't come as a surprise, the Gold Saucers once again deign to dream bigger. They now have a host of obstacle courses which are no shows these lavish prizes those who participate. If you prefer something more thrilling than cards and cackpots, this is what you might find to your liking. Speak with the curiously dressed man. He'll show you the Blunder Square. Ooh, new music. Some aren't big fans of the crossover events because they blatantly break the game's art style and stuff to introduce the other one. Others are fine with it as long as it's purely other Final Fantasy games. And I say Final Fantasy one specifically because I know the Nier collab was a bit split. So it did do a decent amount to help explain a number of things from that particular from the Drakengard series, but unfortunately, yeah, it's not Final Fan. It's from Square Enix still, but it's not Final Fantasy or Final Fantasy adjacent, so it's pretty easy to. I'll just do this while talking here. Darn it. Glancing. Oh, oops. Missed. Ah. The timing here, I used to be really good at it, I swear. At one point, I ended up grinding a bunch of these just to get... Ooh, I think that might be it. Yep, pulverize. Slice is right. You know what? We got a moment. Let's do the gold saucer real quick. The gate real quick. But yeah, those who watched some of my PvP runs might remember that I have a Fenrir mount. And I got that mount because for a few months I was doing nothing but gold saucer for quite a while. And since one of the events there is like, yeah, challenge log size doesn't matter there, where it gave me an extra 1,000 MGP, that is not an insignificant number. Except Yojimbo's challenge. This was added in Stormblood. Actually, the history of this gold saucer is pretty interesting. Minigames like the one I had and the Chocobo races were basically all it had when it started out. Calidbog. Huh, that's one of the Realm Reborn relics. Well, replica of it. Yeah, anyone who has a Realm Reborn relic either has been playing a long time or is just that dedicated, because that's the one relic that hasn't really been nerfed to the ground by quite a bit. Like, the Heaven's Ward one was primarily just poetics, so tomes of poetics by this point. So if you want one of those, it's probably just going to be for glamour purposes, but it's also not too rough if you want to do that, because it's mostly just a handful of dailies, grinding a bit for light, and that's it. Alright, as soon as this starts, you'll see. Stay on the sages and grab what prizes you can. Yeah, basically you have a few minutes to join for this particular one. Yojimbo shows up and you have to... It seems we've reached an agreement with Yojimbo, who's due to appear anytime now. One of the most renowned swordsmen of the Far East is about to descend upon the gold saucer. His skills with the blade must be seen to believe, but blink and you'll miss them, so keep those eyes peeled. Yojimbo, come down. I believe this is primarily a luck thing. Oops. Oops. But yeah, it's just a bunch of dodging. How far you get determines your reward, with, of course, the best one being if you survive the whole time. We'll see if anyone survives. If you're a fan of Yojimbo from other Final Fantasy games, he's primarily present during Stormblood events. Not a major character, but appears in a few of the side quests, so by all means, feel free to check it out if you want to see them for yourselves. I still love my Sam Glam, especially now that I got that Seiryu sword. It really matches the whole black and blue aesthetic I got going. Maybe I'll keep this outfit on while I do the Fall Guys thing. It's not a combat event, so performance is rather irrelevant, which is good because I'm actually not that great of a samurai. I've played don't get me wrong, even farmed some dungeons with it, but Reaper is my main for a number of reasons, especially since it's so much fun to farm with. The AoE rotation is just so satisfying. Yeah, I have no idea which of those is the correct one. Well, good luck. Someone won, it looks like. Yeah, it's not go until, there. Oh, dang. Yeah, it's not go until one person remains, like the Fall Guys thing happens. This is survive the timer completely. There's also one with, Typhon, where he tries to sneeze you off. Only that one, I don't think you get to run around and dodge like you get to with Yojimbo here. Dang. I have no reason to be wasting time watching a person and do this. I just think it's fun to see if they win. Fleet of Foot, unfortunate. A well-deserved victory. Yeah, when the gold saucer first dropped back in around Heaven's Ward, it was basically just a handful of mini games like the one I did over there at the Chocobo Racing, and that was it. But now they've added a ridiculous number of things to it, and of course a lot of crossovers tend to happen here. Like the Ryokai Watch, you get that here as well, even though you do that through fate grinding primarily. Greeting is ready to stumble upon the Blunderville Square. Yeah, sure, why not? I don't know too much about Fall Guys. I watched a few of the streamers that I like have played it for a while. But they kind of always have to be moving on for a number of reasons, so I can understand. I wouldn't even hold that against the game itself. It's just, I can understand not wanting to getting burned out on one game or not wanting to burn out on one, so you want to have some variety there. Welcome. Before we take part in the show, I suggest you have a chat with the Beankeep, the show expert. Alrighty. Welcome to Blunderville Square, the Gold Saucer's second roundest square. I am known as the Bean Keep. It's my duty to guide newcomer challengers to the premiere show. By that glimmer, I take it as your first visit. Uh, does that mean... Oh, it's because you're not dead in the eyes yet. As I thought, never fear, however, for I shall explain all. Blunderville is a set of Battle Royale obstacle courses fit for 24 challengers, and you, my interpreted friend, look like a very next one. Challengers are tasked with overcoming 3 particularly tricky courses, and must race ahead of the pack if they wish to qualify for further challenges. Whether you fall flat in the first round or among the final few, you'll be sure to win rewards plenty. Should you bumble and stumble away the last round, then you too have a chance at winning the coveted crown. It can be quite a lot to take in, so I'll leave the finer details later. Any questions, concerns? The architecture here is rather unique. Oh yeah, our characters never see anything like this. Isn't it just? We have the beans to thank for that. They inspired us to fill our shows and lobby with the colorful whimsy you see before you. This almost looks like a fey playground, though we know not where they originated from. But we recently discovered these little ones wandering the gold saucer. Their round physiques are reminiscent of legumes, so we eventually call them beans. Be they void scent, seedkin, or something else entirely, they're adorably inquisitive creatures. You simply must hear them hoot and holler about the halls. I have no idea what they're attempting to say, mind you, but it sounds quite precious. On the other hand, you might be surprised to learn Master Godbert that was the first to attempt communication with them. I'm told they felt his hearty laughter and muscular mannerisms most endearing. Yeah, why am I not surprised? Then again, we've had quite a few enlightening reveals about the Mandervilles lately. It is thanks to his efforts we've found common ground, and in turn they grew comfortable enough to show off their unique proclivities, such as racing through every obstacle that comes their way. They may be a tad clumsy, but in the spirit of competition that lies within them is a force to be reckoned with. Master Manderville was so moved by these displays, he immediately ordered the construction of this whimsical hall, that his new friends might find a place to frolic and play with others. Forgive me, was I rambling? In any case, that, my good man, is how this place came to be. You're more than welcome to take in our shows yourself, or with an alliance of companions if you wish. Mm. Once you've made your preparations, speak with the registrar. We'll escort you to the next show as soon as every competitor is accounted for. I don't know if I'll actually be able to join any at this point. I believe that covers the basics. If you have any burning questions, I'll be pleased to assist you. I wish you luck out there, and may you rise above the rest. I do appreciate they go through the effort of making each quest apply to each of the others. Blunderville, now accessible. A custom HUD will be displayed, should you wish to adjust. Yeah. There's a number of HUD mods for this game, but the big one is... Big stuff can all be adjusted accordingly. Prize claim, huh? Gentle Bean. Ballroom etiquette. Embracing blunders. A thin rectangular piece of what appears to be cermet. Place it near you, will magically bring the machine to life. Yeah, they definitely went in here. Oh yeah, this is really going to be good for the housing stuff that people are gonna love. I'm not too big on housing myself, but more than a few people are. So this is gonna be fun. I should probably focus on the stuff that's, I don't know what to focus on first, but I guess I should play this event a good amount. I'm glad there's a decent amount of players, even though it's not quite peak time. Well, I do think an MMO is a good place for a minigame like this. I just need to make sure I try and get everything while I can, because it's hard to say if crossovers will return or not. Like, we've had a few, like, I think I mentioned the Yokai Watch event returned a couple times, but the Final Fantasy 13 one did get a rerun, but that was due to the Lightning Returns release to advertise that. We have yet to get a collab for Final Fantasy 16 at all, and we did get a collab for Final Fantasy 15. In fact, that's where I got the car from it as one of my mounts. However, that has yet to rerun. You can buy it from the shop if you just want the mount itself, that's fine, but if you'd like to see the story, you're not going to get it. A shame, really, because it actually even included a new Astral. Like, Garuda is not in Final Fantasy 15, but the one from that universe showed up in the collab entirely. I don't know if they designed it. Objective Void Obstacles, stage info. Stage 1, when enough challengers have qualified. Manderville Can Parade. I know someone took the crown and painted it to, look like the one from RuneScape. Old school RuneScape, that is. Oops, rip that person. Oh yeah, I can't run in here. There we go. Oops. I'm way behind. Spinning. Oops. Oh, crap. That's a little painful. Oh, nice, I get the speed boost here to get back right away, but I don't think I'm going to make a qualification anymore. Oh, darn it. Oh, dang it. Test it, call enjoyer. I do appreciate that the ground tiles, that it actually hits light up so that you can get an idea of exactly what each one does. Yeah, there we are. Alright, good, I made it to the checkpoint. If I make it, it's only gonna be barely. There we are, last person qualified, lucky me. Everyone up here is invisible, so you can't see who made it and who didn't. Interesting. How to play. Avoid Typhon Fungus to stay on the platform. The stage will end when enough challengers have qualified. The Gold Swiveler. Yeah, Typhon gonna sneeze you off here like he does in the regular attraction. Gold Swiveler. Stay on the platform. Oh, damn it. Don't fall in. Of course I fail that badly. Yeah, I messed up something bad. Oh, interesting. I'm getting both MGP and MGF out of this. Yeah, MGP is rather important because that's what's used to buy stuff from the main gold saucer. That's where I got my Fenrir mount. There's a decent amount of mounts through there if you really want them. They're not hard per se, they're just really grind heavy. Like I said, I ended up dedicating a few months to gold saucer activities. Mostly it was the challenge runs, if I had to say. What was next? Manderville Mountain, the final round. Stage will end when the crown has been claimed. Let's at least see who wins this round, shall we? Yeah, my understanding this is pretty accurate to Fall Guys, but the fun part is... let's see who wins. Oh, I'm immune to traps and such since I'm eliminated already. Yojimbo's here too! Nice! I don't know, just adding the round over. I'll grab a sip of my drink then. That's not a bad outfit either, honestly. I'm most definitely going to be sticking with this for tonight. That reminds me, I should probably set this as... I already did the All Saints Wake event, so I'll just set the title as the Fall Guys collab. Who knows, maybe I'll dedicate some more nights to this. I don't want to start any mage. I do want to start some new games, but I'm also not sure if I want to start something long-term because the holidays are coming up and that's going to be very busy. I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream as much as I usually do. Such is unfortunately part of the case. Perfect legend. Oh, that's a nice glam, actually. Monk. Monk is the one melee job I was never really able to synergize with. Well, kind of. Ninja I mained during Heaven's Ward, but I had to drop it in Stormblood because it was extremely latency dependent, and it was really busy on top of that since they had a lot of off-global cooldown skills to weave. I think they made it a lot less complicated now, especially and a lot less ping reliant for the ninjutsu skills, but it was a bit more than I could handle last time. I haven't played it in quite a while though, so I should give it another try. Dragoon's okay, but Reaper and Samurai are probably the ones I played most. Aw, less than 24 people registered, so the total reward's reduced. I get why. It's not exactly peak hours anymore. Manderville Can Parade. Still, I could always do some smaller games. I already have the second I'm on observation duty game around. 2, 1, go. Left face. Hmm. Alright, good. I made it without only one go this time. Oh, crap. There, I'm not dead last this time. Qualified. Yeah, the MGP and MGF all got reduced. And unfortunate, but yeah, again, we're not in peak hours here. Although this does mean it'll be easier for me to actually win one of these. Muggles. Muggles in part 1, Typhon in part 2, and Yojimbo in part 3. A little Final Fantasy flair adds a bit to the atmosphere, I think. Plus, again, I do think this kind of mode really works well for an MMO. Who's back there? Rose Toy. Are they the last person? Yeah, they're not gonna make it, unfortunately. Round over. Watching the show from a safe distance. Gold Swiveler. Yeah, Typhon was mostly in the, I think it was the Realm Reborn, or was the Heaven's Ward patch cycles, one of the two. No, the Heaven's Ward patch cycle is mostly the Warriors of Darkness storyline. Interesting. Oh. Qualified. Someone fell off. But I'm gonna have to really book it for this next round because we clearly have a few people who are very experienced. Stage will end when someone claims the crown. Reach the top of the mountain and grab the crown. There's no grab button in this game, so we simply dive in the middle. Hello, Ellie. Welcome to stream. Yep, but Fall Guys now. We're a Fall Guys stream now. I slowed down more than I really should have. Crap. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm not winning, am I? Yeah, not even close. Well, it was worth a try. Well, we can never have too much MGP, not with the amount of mounts on offer, that's for sure. Where you get how much MGP? Yeah, I'm surprised too. I didn't realize you got so much out of this event. I mean, I might dedicate some nights to it simply because, well, first of all, it's some interesting content that people might be fine watching me do several rounds of. I wonder if this counts as PvP. Does this count as PvP? Maybe I won't count this stream particularly when I put it in the YouTube playlist, simply because it's also includes the story of the seasonal event, but if I do any dedicated ones, I might put it in the PvP playlist, just so it's easy to access, because this is technically a PvP mode after all. Might have to resub. Playing Fall Guys? No thanks. Fall Guys 14? Hell yes. Yeah, like I said, I think it helps this is part of an MMO, so it's a single part of a larger game. The Gold Saucer in general, I just really like how far it's come. Before it was just chocobo races and a bunch of silly mini games, but now it's got all this stuff going on. Jumping puzzles, various collabs, Verminions, if anyone actually likes that event. I don't think you can steal those ribbons, since those are, it'd be like trying to steal... what's it called? Darn it. For some reason I lost my train of thought. Scissors! Do not cut flesh with scissors, that hurts. That hurts like hell. The show will now begin shortly. Ah, phew, that was close. Oh, darn it. Darn it. Alright, spinny top time. Now this one definitely has a trick to it. There we are. Ugh. Spinning. Dizzy. Damn it. That's bad. That's might have cost me the... I've got a bit of leeway, but I can't be pushing it. There we go. I qualified. I seem to be fine getting the qualification for the first round just fine. It's mostly the second and third that I'm struggling with. That said, I probably don't want to be last to qualify in each of these, because that's a bit of a problem. After all, I need to be first to the crown. Gold Swiveler. Yeah, that first round gave me 800 MGP and 100 MGF, so it's definitely worth my time. That person just ran right off. There we go. Oh crap, I gotta be careful. Oh crap, I got pinballed. Might as well see who wins, right? Do de do 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 de do de. At least the nice thing about Spectator mode is I'm effectively immune to the hazards, so I could just laugh at everyone else struggling. I do kind of like how the Fall Guys jacket has a bit of a particle effect to it. And there we are. Yeah, the second round is the one that is so far seems to be my bane. I see no reason not to just dive right in. Don't you agree? I really like my Sam Glam. It's also probably the one with the most mixed pieces together to it. A lot of my other sets are mostly just a full armor set. A full theme, the same armor set, just painted in a specific way. Even the Red Mage one is technically a couple Red Mage artifact gear painted in a couple shades of blue. I actually had them all painted the same shade of blue for a while. It's just that when I made one slightly slightly off-color blue from the others, the look came together so much better. I was impressed. I'm no good at fashion a lot of the times, but sometimes I find something that just feels like a eureka moment. And we're pretty close to 24 players. I don't think it'll be too big of a deal. I guess in theory, if I needed to, I could always split the VOD here between the story and the Fall Guys collab, but at the same time, I didn't really plan for that. Like when I do two different games in one stream, I'll usually make it clear, okay, I can split this here. Oh crap. Samurai time. It's samurai time. Yeah, there's a few tricks. It seems like the baubles only count as hitting when the tile there is actually glowing, which means I can stand as long as I get off soon. There we are. Ow, ow. Darn it. Ah, that's a big drop. There we go. Now I'm actually one of the earlier ones. Qualified. Fatal Riot. Excellent. I'm definitely getting a good income of MGF and MGP as long as I get at least the first round done, but I guess I can see that they balanced it enough that you can, even if you just fail in the first round over and over again, you can eventually get all you need. We still got a full minute, so I'm pretty sure Snow Brandford here is going to make it. Dragoon. Oh yeah, as you can see, I've been making quite a bit of progress on my various jobs here. 13, 14, 15. Who's gonna be lucky number 16? Haley and Callisto seem like they're in close proximity. With 30 seconds left, though, it's either one's game. Ooh, Reina. Molko might make it. It just requires the others to mess up a lot, which they may very well. Oh, looks like Callisto is... Oh no, the snowball spawned on top of them. Ah, they made it. Last one. Clever, clever. Oh, interesting. Carry the crystals. I haven't seen this one before. Oops. Crystal Courier. Alright. Oh, come on, really? Wow, this one really... I don't know if it just always will give me red or is just constantly... There we go, that's one. Or maybe it's the same color and I have to do one of each. Blue. Blue, here we are. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Yeah, I didn't make it. Alright, yeah, it took me a bit to realize the mechanics, I guess. Alright, so yeah, I needed to deliver one of each color over there to make it. You've been eliminated. Let's see who wins. I should, at the very least, I should get the emote. Because that's probably the most iconic expression for the most iconic emote of the game. Oh, the Necromancer. Like I mentioned, that's one of the rarest titles in the entire game. And now the person's beaten Ultimate. I guess I can't be surprised. Loch Ness. Fatal Riot is in the... Yeah, looks like they've won. Round over. Yeah, I need to at least get that emote before the whole thing ends. Although I imagine I'll probably be able to get most of it, especially if I'm fine continuing to do some streams themed around this event. I wouldn't mind it, but I definitely still want to do other things as well. Then again, I guess it depends. I don't necessarily have to do a heavy story thing. Thinking about it, the Monster Hunter crossover is technically still active in this game because it's an optional trial battle from Stormblood. You can even still farm it if you want to get any of the gear, and it's still available. The Garo event left for a while, but it came back surprisingly quickly, so I think that event is just straight up permanent content, effectively. Not that it's an issue if it leaves for me, specifically, since I've gotten all the gear and mounts from it, but yeah. Ooh, this is a new area. Oh, ice. Oops. Acceleration bomb. Oops. Temporary misdirection. Oh dear. Well, I'm glad to know there's some other, Oh, I see. Here we are. There we are. There we are. I was able to get that gimmick right away. Haha. $60 seconds remaining. There we are. Round over. How to play. Carry the crystals to the correct location. Stage ends when enough challengers have qualified. Alright. So now I actually know how this one works, so I should be able to hand Sorcery Siege. Carry the crystals to the correct locations. Red. Red delivered. Blue. Darn it. I did blue flawlessly last time. I guess I was due for a screw up here. Oh, damn it!
Damn it, I had that one, but then that came up right behind me. Ugh. There we go. Blue, done. One more. Have to do yellow next. Come on. I see what it wants me to do there, then. Damn it! Okay, so I need to be very careful about the type and sneeze. There we go. That's all three. Qualified. Round over. Excellent, I qualify for the final round. The question is, will I be able to make it to the end? Because that's going to be a really big crapshoot. Final round, Manderville Mountain. Yeah, I think the implication of Fall Guys is it's supposed to be a game show of sorts, but... because the aesthetics and stuff make it very clearly based off Takeshi's Castle and those other kinds of shows. However, there's no eccentric host or whatever. I'm not making it. Darn it. Darn it. Yeah, I was never gonna make it. I guess if you've gotten the Necromancer title, you have more than enough skill to win something like this. Yeah, to get the Necromancer title, you have to do the Palace of the Dead, the first deep dungeon, floors 1 through 200 by yourself with no deaths. Yeah, that's a lot of MGP and stuff. Dang. Yeah, I've got a decent amount of MGP out of this. Might as well keep going. You never know when a really valuable mount, really nice looking mount is going to be added to that reward shop, so it's good to have yourself a... what's it called? It's good to have a buffer. Yeah, the shows like Takeshi Castle, Total Wipeout, and I think there's a third one, but yeah, that's the general aesthetic they're definitely going for. I can also understand not wanting to add eccentric codes, because while it's probably easy enough to have the sort of humor that would work with something like this, it would probably quickly get old with how many rounds you're expected to be playing on the regular. And for the record, I'm not just going to be playing this on stream. I definitely want to take full advantage of the collab while it's available. And it's only going to be available for a short period of time, so... well, not a short period of time, but enough. Enjoy it while it lasts. At least I'll have these recorded memories once it's over with that I can look back on and laugh at how silly I was. In which case, hello future me. I'm probably going to be embarrassing you quite a bit, and there is absolutely nothing you can do to stop me.
Whoops. No idea how that missed me, but no complaints. No complaints. Oh, phew, that was very close to getting me, I think. There we go, qualified. Yeah, I'm pretty much getting as much as MGP as I done well pleased at all this. That's gonna be good. Especially since mounts are usually expensive. They're usually around 600,000 to a million. Like the Fenrir mount, that was a million MGP. Hey, I said I had to put aside a number of months for it. Luckily, it wasn't too many. I think you get, like, if you do the challenge log for each week, you can get, like, 200k each, not counting, maybe even a bit more than that, based on how many you, not counting how much you get from the event itself. Like, if you do a lot of chocobo, if you win a lot of chocobo races, you actually get a decent amount right there, so that'll definitely expedite the process. Round over. Round over. Mm. Yellow this time. Oh, damn it. I got too greedy. Too greedy. That's one down. I'm in permanent sprint mode, I noticed, which makes sense. Red next. Yeah, red at this point I've probably mastered because of how much I've done it. Ooh. But it seems I'm not the only one. Round over. Yeah, a lot of people are a lot better at this than me. I didn't make it in time. And remember, I only screwed up once or twice the whole time, that time. Reach the top of the mountain and grab the crown. Ooh, that was a close race. Takawaki won. That's the Tonberry hat. Tonberry head hat. The mask. I think I'm feeling one more match. These go by pretty quickly. Yeah, if I were to do a full night of these, I'd probably be able to afford damn near anything. Damn near everything on the shop there. Because I've barely been playing, what, an hour? And I've already gotten almost 1,200. Well, like I said, they definitely intended for you to not have to... And they definitely intended it so that you don't have to necessarily win to get everything from the collab. With the spirit of competition, though, you don't necessarily need rewards, I've noticed. They've been going on for even... I know it's pretty standard to have reward trees and stuff to try and push people further, though. I joke that I blame League of Legends for this, but I'm pretty sure that the concept predates even that by a while. Oh, stuff. Only 16 people. Perhaps this is a good time to be calling it then. MGF rewards have been adjusted accordingly. General Beans Fever. With less people, that means less are allowed to qualify, so I really have to push myself to qualify for this. Oh, now this is interesting. Oops. Oh, crap. This is no good. I can't be doing that. And I really can't be doing that. Oh, hey, that guy's got a Mario cosplay going on. There we are, 14, qualified. There is one last person. Actually, with this qualifier, we started with, what, 16 people? That means 14. 15, so all but one. I guess normally 20 people at night. 16. Oh yeah, normally it's 16 people qualify, but since we only had 16, we need at least one elimination here. That makes sense. Wally Fluffykins. Is there even someone back there? I genuinely don't know. Avoid Typhoon's fungas and stay on the platform. Alright, here we go. Haha, Yome Kuba. Nuts. Don't fall in. I probably should go for the higher one up there because the road's thicker, I notice. You don't have nearly as much control of your jumps in this game as you do in, say, Guild Wars 2. Once you keep going, your momentum will carry you. You can't adjust mid-air as easily in this game. Not a huge issue, but it's something to keep in mind. They're slowly adding more and more of these to throw people off. Yeah, it's not hitting me. Typhon whirls around with reckless abandon. Oh dear. Ah, damn it. I got pushed too far. Oh! I actually qualified? What? Is it because someone got eliminated right before me and thus I qualified? Yeah, someone fell off immediately before I did, like nanoseconds. Holy crap! I doubt I'm winning here, but it's gonna be worth a try at least. After all, if I lose here, I still get to come home with a really good MGP and MGF prize. Yeah, he's got the full Mario cosplay. Ow. Oh, come on, really? Ah, so close. I don't think I'd have made it even if I hadn't gotten stunned those few times, though. I'd say this is pretty good gains. First things first. Victory reveal. Hey, I like that emote. I like it a lot. Oh yeah, I should probably get the mount too, huh? Everybody falls. Fall Guys theme. Why not? Let's look at the descriptions here for all this stuff. First of all, first things first. Orchestra and roll. Fall Guys theme. Wait, what's the description here? Yeah, magically brings machine to life. Oh yeah, collabs and stuff are always at the end here. Rise. Created to serve as an obstacle in Blunderville, this mechanical rhinoceros has employed its ample weight and power to thwart the progress of many a hapless being. Fortunately for you, this example was programmed to shuttle you around rather than send you flying. Here they go again, charging off before we have a chance to discuss our plan of action. It's a tread. 1, 3, 2, 1, go! Pink bean minion. Oh yeah, this is from the collab thing. Retrieve from Imperial Base, the scale prototype of War Machina appears to have been created for heat resistance testing and carries no armaments. After complete analysis, the Origin Alliance saw fit to bestow upon members of War for exemplary service. Emeralds will do quite nicely. Crystal Merchant. Pink Bean. Little is known about these mysterious life forms that suddenly appear in the gold saucer, aside from the fact they love to race, and this specimen's apparently decided it wants to race you without end. Rumor has that underneath its rotund exterior is an exoskeleton that looks like a nightmarish amalgam of man and bird, but there's no ready way to determine the truth. Oh yeah, I remember that thing, that meme that the Fall Guys posted because everyone found it hilarious. Heading back, sir. I guess that'll be all for tonight, since I managed to show off everything that was important. Oh yeah, let's unlock Mahjong. But yeah, that was fun. I might dedicate a stream to doing more of those, but I'll do some off-stream as well. I'm not going to tie myself to... But I guess for now, this'll do. Alright then. Well, until next time, thank you for watching, hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.